All eyes are on the land of the Omoluabis, as in 6 days from now, the people of Osun State will head to the bowl to vote for a new governor who will pilot the affairs of the state for another 4 years. The candidates are still campaigning and trying to woo the electorate. The incumbent, Governor Gboyega Oyetola, is in race and he faces some stiff competition. I have joining me via Zoom a member of APC's National Campaign Council, Ismail Omikbidon. He joins us from Ilaorangun in Osun State. Good to have you join us.
Ismail, good afternoon.
And also joining me via Zoom is former Deputy National Publicity Secretary of the PDP. He joins us from Ibadan, Diron Odeyemi. Good to have you join us.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be with you this afternoon.
All right, let me start with you, Diron Odeyemi, because you are in the opposition in Osun State. But I want to start off with issues in both parties that analysts think might play against your chances. And I'm talking about both the PDP and the APC. But I'm starting off with the PDP. I know that the Reconciliation Committee has been able to unite all factions in the PDP in Osun State. But at the national level, issues remain. 11 out of the PDP governors did not attend the National Campaign Council set up by the National Working Committee. And people think that the issues at the national level might affect your chances in the state. What's your thoughts and reaction to this?
The postulation and calculation that whatever is happening at the national level will affect us in Osun, especially in the next Saturday election, is very, very wrong. Wrong in the sense that the governorship, all the governors you said were absent at the inauguration of the campaign council. They have no voting right in Osun. The electorates are in Osun State. They are the people that we have campaigned to. They are the people that we have sold our manifesto to. They are the people that we have campaigned to, house to house, door to door. And we rely on them, we rely on their votes to emerge victorious on Saturday. So what is the business of whatever is the crisis in Abuja got to do with what is happening in Osun? It has got nothing at all. And I'm saying it emphatically that it has got nothing to do with us in Osun. Their support, it can only be moral. They don't have voting rights. They don't have, as far as we are concerned, it is not in any way affecting us. We are concerned and we are dealing with the people of Osun State directly. So what is happening at the national has no bearing, no effect on what is going to be the outcome of the election on Saturday.
But what about what's happening in PDP Osun? And I'm taking, because people are saying that, look, exactly what happened in Ekiti might repeat itself in Osun, where the former governor, Segun Oni, left the PDP to pick up the ticket of the SDP, and that split the PDP votes. We're also seeing that someone like Dr. Akin Ogumbi has also left the PDP to pick up the Accord Party ticket, and people are also saying that, look, that might also split the vote for the PDP. You don't think that that also will affect your chances if the national level doesn't affect your chances?
Why you cannot compare Dr. Akin Ogumbi to Governor Segun Oni is the fact that Governor Segun Oni was once a governor in that state. So he is popular, he is known. So he was bound to divide the vote in Ekiti. But in Osun State, who knows Akin Ogumbi? Akin Ogumbi only came 4 years ago to contest against Demola. He lost that election. And since that time, he left Osun State to go and face his business, and nobody fought him for that. He only came back few months ago to contest again in the primary election. And when he lost this time around, he decided to go to Accord Party. So we are not anticipating losing any votes to him because we know he's not popular in Osun. And leave that as it is. As far as we are concerned, politics or political doors consist of exits and entrance. In PDP today, it is like we have sold whatever as our liability out. We now have people who are vibrant and who are contributing positively to our victory. We have many of them from APC who have joined us. So if you are talking of Akin Ogunbiyi on one side, we have gained more than hundreds of Akin Ogunbiyi in terms of reputation, in terms of popularity, that we enhance our victory on Saturday. So we are not missing Akin Ogunbiyi, and we don't see him as, affecting our vote on Saturday.
All right, let me take this conversation to Ismail Omikbidon, who is representing the APC in this conversation. You also have challenges within your party. The campaign council was inaugurated, and there are those who were loyal to the former governor of the state and Minister of Interior, Rauf Aregbesola, who say that his name was omitted from the list, and because of that, they are doubting their support for your candidates during the polls. How will this impact on your votes during the polls on the 16th of July?
Well, I don't know where that piece of information is coming from, but if we go by the recent happenings within the party, within the state, I tell you that the type of picture being painted about the PDP in Osun is not the same thing with that of APC. Only yesterday, a very strong supporter of our former governor, in person of the former speaker, Najib Salam, held a rally in Ejigbo, his home country, yesterday, where he openly canvassed for support for the incumbent governor. He canvassed support for the APC. And so, to that extent, I tell you that we do not have any challenge within the APC. And if we look at the performance of the governor, I think the governor has done creditably well to deserve, a second term. This was a man who came in when nobody gave him a chance. Majorly, the issue of salary. A lot of people felt that he would be challenged by non-payment of salary. But as I speak today, we are just a few months to the end of his first term, and I make bold to say that we are not owing salaries, we are not owing pension. The backlog we inherited, we are paying, and we have also done a lot of infrastructure. And most of the road infrastructure we have done were roads that were last touched about 33, 44 years ago. It is on record that the governor and the candidate of the APC is the first governor in our recent history to embark on the revitalization and rehabilitation of 332 primary healthcare centers at a go. And out of those 332, we have done 320 of them. Again, in terms of reviving the local economy, we ensured that we invested heavily in three key sectors of the economy: agriculture, tourism, and mining. And we are beginning to see the gains of our investment in this sector. As I speak to you, our going buying center is about 75% completed. And there's a gold refinery in Osun, though privately owned, but we provided the atmosphere for it to thrive. And I want to say that in another 1 year or two, Osun will not be among those states that will run to Kaduna, run to Abuja, cap in hand for federal allocation.
You're reading out the governor's scorecard, but you had Jeroen statement earlier. He said some members of the APC defected to the PDP. And I wanted to react to that because that would seem like an indication that there is actually, these issues are there in the APC, because you were saying that there is a united house. Go ahead.
The only person they gained, a former commissioner for local government and chieftaincy affairs, was the only person they gained from APC that is known to us. But in place of that, we gain over 10,000. One of them, prominent among them, was the running mate to their candidate in 2018, Albert. Albert was a two-time House of Reps member. Is back in our fold. We also gained one of their factional chairman is also back in our fold. We also gained a former local government chairman, Olasende, from Ifedayo. Incidentally, we are neighbors. I'm from Ila, she's from Ifedayo. And so if you look at in terms of those they gain and those we gain, we have gained more from the PDP than they gain from us. And I tell you, on daily basis, we are still receiving a lot of them because the fact remains that the Oyetola who contested 4 years ago was a man that was barely known. But today, the Oyetola that is running, it's a man that has been tested and trusted. They all know him. And one of the things that is endearing people to him is his peaceful disposition. For the first time in the history of Osun, we have a governor that governed the state for close to 4 years. There was no single labor unrest. There was no single student protest or demonstration. It has never happened in the history of the state. Go and check the records. And so I believe very strongly that for me, those are gains for us. And by the grace of God, they will translate into more votes next Saturday.
All right, I'll come back to you on that because I want to stay on that issue of the APC and some of the challenges. But I want Deron to respond to what you have said. You have reeled out the and I'm speaking to Deron. He has reeled out the scorecard of the governor. He has said that these are the issues, that these are the achievements of the governor that makes him a sellable candidate. So what exactly is the PDP running on? What do you think that the governor has not delivered that your party is campaigning on?
I'm happy that my brother Omipidon mentioned the health center. I come from a rural place in Ibukun. The health center they said they did there, what they did was just to give a kind of a contract to someone, just to pay and make it look good. No nurses, no doctor, no facilities, nothing other than that. And they are like that everywhere. So I wonder if you now give a contract to somebody to go and paint building, becomes an achievement that people will now say, yes, the governor has done something good. That is that. The people of Osun State will decide that. And the people of Osun State will tell you if they have achieved. Now, if the governor is that popular as he is claiming, we wonder why they have to destroy our posters and billboards simply because they know we are more popular in Osun State than them. And what they did as a political party was just to destroy few of their own campaign billboards and say it is PDP that is destroyed. And my question now is, a popular governor will not need to plaster everywhere with posters and billboards. Your achievement will have been doing the campaign for you. We knew what happened in Osogbo because they realized people were not even hailing them, people were not ready to welcome them. And when it was our time, all the people trooped out, rejoicing, hailing Ademola Adeleke, praying for him. And out of anger, their talks just came from nowhere and started, beating everybody around. To such an extent that the traditional ruler of Osogbo had to place a curse on them. It went viral. It's everywhere. Will you now say such a governor is popular? And he was talking about the former deputy governor to our candidate who has defected to them. This is a candidate that scored as a deputy candidate, deputy governorship candidate. He scored only 3,000 votes. He lost his polling unit, he lost his ward, and he lost the local government. And you are telling us such a person is popular, and because he has now defected to your side, you now see him as an asset. What of
Mr. Jerome, I have a few minutes left. You have raised very serious allegations against the APC, and I want Ismail Omikbidon to respond to the fact that you said that they have been vandalizing your billboards and posters. Omikbidon, you heard some of the things that Deron said. I just want you to react to them.
Thank you very much. I think what my elder brother has done is what is known in Yoruba parlance as that because of your inability to arrest the thief on time, the thief is now trying to arrest the owner of the farm. As a matter of fact, it is on record that we were the first to make it known to the public the act of vandalizing billboards by non-political thug hired by the PDP. We stated it in the press conference and we mentioned the name of this particular individual. That is one. Two, it is also on record that only 3 days ago, when their candidate had their rally in Ede, they did not only attack our people, they destroyed the party secretariat there. The story is out there. It is also on record that it is only from their camp that we have a senatorial candidate, a House of Reps candidate, a senatorial candidate from Osun West, a House of Reps candidate from Ijesha-Land, boasting openly that they will deploy dangerous weapons like a grenade, like bomb, cutlasses, and whatever to attack our supporters on the day of election. These videos are out there. Now, talking about the Ataoja, it is unfortunate that the PDP misled the Ataoja to say some of the things he said. And thankfully, our revered Ataoja has come out to even disclaim those things. What happened on this day was that a caretaker chairman of one of the local governments in Osogbo ran into the PDP crowd while she was campaigning for the re-election of Mr. Governor, and she was attacked. She tried to run for her dear life to Amotekun's office. PDP talks, attacked the Amotekun office. All these things are in the public domain. Anyone who has come across my
I have just about a minute left. I'm sorry, I'm barging in just because I have a minute left, and I want to get final takes from both of you. Let me start with Jerome. What's your final take, and what's the commitment of your party to a free and fair election?
We have duly committed to a free and fair election. We don't believe in vote buying. We don't believe in thuggery because we believe we have the support of the people of Osun State. We only appeal to security agencies to be more alive to their responsibilities because we have made series of complaints. We have reported many instances, but nothing and no one has been arrested. This gives us a kind of fear, and the people of Osun State are very apprehensive. So we don't want the voters to be intimidated, and we want APC to play according to the rules and play it fairly, so that at the end of the day, the people of Osun State voice will be counted and they'll be able to elect their governor on Saturday.
All right, Omikpido, you have the power of incumbency, not just at the state level, but also at the national level. What's the commitment of your party to free and fair elections, as well as your final take on the chances of your party?
Thank you very much. First, I will re-echo the message of my principal while addressing journalists and Muslim faithful this morning at the Eid Band, that the gladiators should please play according to the rules of the game. And that has been his message from day one when he emerged the candidate of the APC. As far as our chances are concerned, I want to say with all sense of modesty that we stand a chance of winning Saturday's election, simply because most of the issues that were raised against us in 2018 that that challenged us and made it almost difficult for the APC to win the state have all been resolved by these incumbent governors, from the issue of single uniform to issue of salaries to issue of infrastructure in the Osun West. And I believe strongly that come Saturday, 16th, by the grace of God, we are going to coast to victory.
Well, we'll see how it plays out. It's barely, I think it's just next Saturday, and so we will see how things play out in Osun State. Thank you so much for talking to us. APC's national member of the APC National Campaign Council, Ismail Omikpido, as well as the former Deputy National Publicity Secretary of the PDP, Diron Odeyemi.
Thank you very much.